Alright boys, this is a special video for my main channel because it's a crossover with mixed martial cards. That's my card game channel. If you haven't noticed that I moved all my card game material there, including the Mega Bug updates for my card game. Anyways, this is gonna be a grand theft of Hearthstone. We're gonna steal as many concepts and things as possible. Normally it's just cards. I already stolen a bunch of shit. And I say stolen, but I'm giving those things a new life. Reno boys. The Dre, tons of things. But more importantly are not the cards, but the effects themselves. The keywords, basically. Like Finale or Forge. Stuff like this, because that is way more important as an idea, as something of how can cards interact with each other? How can cards speak, communicate? It's a weird one. But that's the language of cards after all. So I want to, enrich my vocabulary a little bit more, if possible, by doing the grand theft and leaving Hearthstone behind. But before we do that, there's one adventure I have never unlocked before. I just want to taste it one more time. It's called Dollar on Heist, and, well, it's a little bit too appropriate before we do our heist, our grand theft, that we, unlock a little bit of this stuff. I believe it has to cost 700, so I'll buy one wing, but I'll still gonna keep gold in Hearthstone. I'll still gonna cover the content. I don't want to waste my gold. But I will check this out. Maybe it's fun, The main idea is that Hearthstone is celebrating 60,000. I celebrated 50,000, which is a pretty big event. Still nobody, except for me, has reached it. And I didn't do a big event for myself. I no longer care about my title celebrating things. I probably will do stuff when I reach 100,000. But still for myself, kind of. We'll see. 3 classes. You only get mage at the start, apparently. Yeah, but we're gonna do 60,000 at my channel. It's a weird crossover. Yes, I already uploaded on Mixed as the short way to call my other channel. I already uploaded the TikTok plus Hearthstone, so if you combine these scores though, you kind of get 100,000. Now TikTok got nerfed a little bit. No big deal. We're gonna fix that one more time. Alright, let the test begins. Now, depending on this adventure, I might, change my mind a little bit about Hearthstone, but it's probably not gonna happen. We're probably gonna get the ugly version of Hearthstone, if not gonna ruin our day, because this is a pretty low reputation, if anything, that I can take advantage of if I wanted to. I can get upset about, and Hearthstone would start losing points instead of gaining. So anything can happen, but the plan is this. We play, and then we steal. Let's see if my plans change. Because there's a lot, Hearthstone has existed for a long time, and it tried to reinvent itself over and over again. And the latest reinvention is Twist format, that nobody cares about anymore. That we just gave up on, Hearthstone reinventing itself, because it's just but the balance, the most important part, but balance. I like every single time I play a game of any kinds ever, my mind starts screaming louder and louder of like, but balance though, but balance though. Just one thing. How can game developers just forget that one thing though? Because it takes a little bit of time to figure it out. It feels like it's not a lot of effort to do balance, but that's the point. It's the least effort and the greatest reward, and they just keep forgetting that part. That is actually good, you know. It's good to put little efforts to look lazy, and just like do cards reworks. But the reward is pretty good, so why you not do that? Same goes to like Skyrim. Like just balance the fucking game, and I'll play it. I love Skyrim, bro. Jesus Christ. That's how I feel about every single game, though. Every other game. Name it, bro. Just balance. Figure out how to balance things so I can get a smooth experience, slightly more difficult experience. You know, just adjust the fucking experience bar of like how difficult it's supposed to be. Like, and all of a sudden I can play any game. I can play Tetris now. Forever. Be stuck at playing Tetris. Like, I seriously. So that one thing, as I have said it, I've said it out loud, I have a responsibility as a game developer to scream at everyone else for missing the fucking point. You know, now I have the authority over these losers, basically, that can't fucking balance the game properly. Anyways, let's begin the heist and the grand theft afterwards. Because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be disappointed, okay? Unless I'm getting stunned and like really shocked of like, wait, what? We're not stopping here. We're taking everything. Okay, that's not too bad. It's not too bad. Usually cards that can't attack, like, they're horrible. We have to finish this off. Probably can just go though. Go at it. Just finish with the axe. Okay, so that's done. Adventures are technically one of the better balanced game modes. Simply because things get harder and harder. You know, you get the slope effect. And the slope effect is pretty interesting in games, you know, where it doesn't have an ending. You can only, like, reach, like, a certain height, and slightly more if you're a more experienced player. This is the slope effect. Now, if you try again, you're gonna get lucky and break through, right? And maybe see the ending of some kind. So slope is pretty interesting game balance, I would say. It's the easiest one to do with the greatest reward. It just seems like super solid. And adventure kind of do that. You know, like you face the final boss and you have a very low chance of actually winning. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. And you overloaded too. That hurt. That just took half of his health. My favorite thing. To gain lethal in the stupidest ways. Or just flame tongue lethal. Another super crazy balance is when you play against AI. And you don't worry if they're gonna rope you, if they're gonna fucking play 20 board clears in a row. If they're gonna just be noobs, if they're gonna be bots that are also pretty low power level. Playing against real players sometimes is a headache. Sometimes it's a great experience, but I would recommend just like make friends. And that's a way easier way to like make sure that you watching a Raron video. No, you're actually experiencing a Raron video because you can do whatever you want with your friends. And Raron can give you ideas of what you can do. Fascinating. He stole that. Pretty disappointing, I would say. Where's my, lethal? Am I right? No? No lethal? Still have it, though. I wanted the stupid one, though. So far, this is extremely easy. Obviously, you can just make it very easily more difficult. Just get rid of the good stuff, you know? Or just balance things out. I mean, there's many ways to do it. And it's so crazy. It's the easiest thing. But I have no access to actually, like, building games. Or making friends to build games. Or convincing anyone to even play my games. I got nothing, bro. I can only complain about that one thing that I've discovered. But I actually built my games, so I'll make sure that doesn't happen. I'm just saying. When I do the heist, I'll make sure the cards I make are kind of balanced, you know? But I will continue balancing, like, relentlessly. And finding ways to, like... find ways to just, do different game modes that are also somewhat, like, balanceable easily. Like, this is, like, very important aspect. Once you make a new game mode, it also, like, has alternate rules, alternate problems. So it's a lot of work. But also, there's a lot. There's a lot going in game development beyond that point. But this is the top of the iceberg, bro. That has to be addressed. Anyways. Remember that epic moment when you finally got the experience from even playing this stuff? Not a lot of experience. Apparently this is nerfed and discouraged, but yeah, it's weird. The way they calculate experience is also unbalanced, I would say. Like, you should get experience for just performing actions. Yeah, some people are gonna try and, like, abuse the system. And then you kick them in the balls a little bit, or just nerf, like, obvious abuse. Not that difficult, but you have to commit to it. And that's the thing that people are so scared of if they're developers. The commitment issue, you know? But if I start doing that, everyone will expect, like, sure, whatever. Everyone is gonna be scared. Like, it's some stupid commitment bullshit. I don't see a problem, personally. So far, no resistance whatsoever. I didn't even got hit. This one took a while. It's turn 9, but I'm not impressed. Yeah, this is a little bit too easy. Oh no, he has synergy though. It's so crazy. Oops. I wasn't touched. He didn't even kill a single minion that I played. This is not looking good. Here's the only fun part we're gonna have in this game. The demo. Excuse me? Oh. Echo. Wasn't that big of a change. But Greyball was insane. And that concludes that. So I'll take some damage, thank you very much. So it was a smooth ride all the way up here. Unfortunately, I don't feel like we made a good investment whatsoever. That was the heist on my pocket. On my expense. Little fucking skull boy. Yeah, that's how I feel. Skull emoji, man. Gonna be my new skull emoji, this little shit. In card games, snowballing is insanely important. Holy shit. So, resetting the game also is ridiculously important. A permanent portal? Well, don't mind if I do. It's pretty nice. This is why taking any early game minions is super relevant. But you just reset the board. So I do cry about like Borklers, but only because it just slows the game down so much. I literally have no ability to do the simple thing of like putting pressure until it breaks. I'm not an aggro player, but like Jesus Christ, I don't want to play control all the time. It's kind of hilarious, right? Like, oh, we couldn't make this card playable, but we released it, so I guess that's cool. But they just give up and move on to the next thing. Like, bro, like there's 50% of cards that are just completely unplayable. Can you double check what you can do about it? I think that's a problem. Also, just like throwing things into the void, just like we see here. To the void of like... That's the other name for wild format. It's void. It's pointless, basically. 2 drops. I wanted to have some fun, so... Nothing happened, basically. Unless I attack. Oh, he smashed my face a little bit. So we just cut it like butter. It was as boring as it gets. Like literally nothing happened the whole way through. I could switch class, I mean. Sure. Oh my god, 3 packs. That's so cool. Now it was worth it. I got my refund technically. So nice. There's the Hunter class. You kind of have to complete with all of them, right? That's so funny. Well, and your brain has to like fixate on like something bad has happened. You have to remember that. Because you can get sucked into like this experience. That's what they want you to think, like, oh, we're just gonna keep on throwing expansion after expansion and it's fine, guys. It's fine. Nothing really changes, but it's fine. Just stick around. Because nothing changed, so we don't want to wake people up, you know? If things would change, if there were more options on the market, like, that would be pretty bad, right? So just don't do that. Don't resist. Epic fail. I mean, these are like really old cards. Holy shit. And now, the Grand Theft begins. But first I need more naps, unfortunately. I don't know why I'm tired, but we'll figure it out. Mostly because it's winter, it's cold. It's annoying when it's cold, like your body just can't fucking... It goes up and down in heat, like I have to wear sweaters and all that shit. Close the windows. Try to just survive the colds. Because the heating system is not online yet. Also, Hearthstone is 800 points away. And here we go. I can see it now properly. That was so disappointing, it's insane. By the way, one thing we didn't try is heroic. Also, we would be unlocking a lot of stuff. You know, I just like won, so like, what's the point, right? But maybe heroic is gonna be slightly more fascinating. I just want to taste it. I still need to go groceries, man. He's just gonna kill himself. Broski. Don't do it. Well, he already did. Bye. Oh, oops, that's the second boss. That's third boss, and it's also pretty easy. Everything in my... I know the perfect combinations of things already. I don't know, man. I know that Borkler is pretty fucking good. Deal 1 damage, draw 1 card. Wait, Boombot? Damn, bro. You might like this more. Oh wow, I ran out of cards. But I still have Megafin. What? Cool. Okay, so we clear the board now.
Hey, give me that.
And stuff. Oh, we're gonna draw cards as well. So that didn't work for him very well. Try to drain me. It's so sad. No! Come on! That's so annoying. Alright, I gotta do this. Pretty satisfying. Damn, bro. Oh no, it's so difficult. What am I gonna do? He freezes my minions. Oh no. It would be so laughable. I didn't even went to grocery store yet. And I'm like, shit, this is gonna be easy peasy, bro. I don't even have to go anywhere. It's gonna take like 20 minutes, max. Oh look, our favorite game mechanic called Lifesteal, where I don't even have to trade with minions anymore. I just steal some life instead. How convenient. In fact, every minion should have stealth and lifesteal. Permanent stealth. That's how every game should be. There's no need for interaction. Fuck that shit. Yeah, pretty sure my opponent is already locked on the board. If he doesn't use hero power, even more so. Because this is a decent hero power, bro. You don't want it? Whoa, 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 whoa! Please! Survive! I think I'm at 2. Ah! Oh, okay, that one was pretty fucking disturbing. Fucking bloodlust. Oh, man. That's scary. It's just like totems that don't do anything in stealth mode. Just take up precious space and you can't play minions anymore. And I can't have taunts and stealth. That's kind of weird. Anyways, I guess I'll heal myself, guys. And now I lose. Suddenly. I don't think I can win this one. This one looks very complicated. I can do this, though. That's a move. Maybe I should have put it here. Okay, fine. Ah, yes, that one thing that can destroy everything will defeat me. Ah, yes, my favorite. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you ruined my day. If that's how you're gonna win. You need to kill this somehow. There's no buffs. But there's this bad boy. Boom. And then we heal next turn. Finally upgrade hero power, that would be nice. If it fails, I can do it again. Good enough. Sacrifice everything. Okay, this is fascinating. Oh my god, this is a giant insanity, bro. This is far from over. If I wait one more turn, maybe we can handle this. This can probably like finish off the bots. Something like that. Here's how we do it. We trigger just to be able to use this efficiently. Ooh, very nice. Ooh, that's very nice. I can't do it right now, but damn. Well, I guess we put it like that. Easy, right? We still win. You can't do shit, boy. Get on my level. It wasn't easy, man. Oh, boy. But I think we got this. I would be very surprised if something happens to turn it around for him. I mean, my hand sucks balls. I can tell you that much. No, this comes down later. I don't think I trade with anything. Ooh, interesting, interesting. Oh, fuck you. Don't laugh at me. He goes back to full 70 health. Fascinating, man. And then I have to sacrifice my healer. I'm still not upset about it, but pretty bad. Very nice. A little buff. Okay, now I might trade. It's getting out of control. No, she just stuck now. Game over, baby. Something tells me he about to explode. Oh, sorry for misusing your pronouns, little bitch. Oh, look at that, it's a final boss. As long as you don't have Doom, we are fine. We're gonna be fine. Oh, I can't interact with the board. That's how you win. Aim, boy. Look at that power level. And now he's gonna smash me more for 14. Of course. I literally can't do shit. Wow. Final boss, obviously. That one got to win, man. For free. I couldn't attack so far, by the way. So that's pretty good. Pretty good start. I already lost most of my health at turn 4. I mean 3. So, Yeah, this game kind of sucks a little bit, you know. The balance is not really, like, the coolest thing around here. So, they didn't give a fuck about balance, like, clearly. It's like, too difficult, guys. I don't care, man. Balance is hard, man. It's hard. It's hard, though, man. It's so hard.
Side effects.
And I lose. Almost. There's one more turn I can make. Of, like, doing absolutely nothing because he deals 2 damage to my entire board. How fucking cute. Oh, never mind. I am dead. So, yeah, that was very interesting. All of a sudden, final boss, I can't even make an attack. How did that flip? The table just flippity-flopped. Holy shit, man. And it's like attack very important because I want to maybe break the fucking rock thing, you know? That would be nice. Yeah, this is fucking... Oh my god. Well, Hearthstone, you successfully fucking ruined my day, so that's nice. Like, at least make it consistent. This wasn't... I mean, what? Like, there's slopes, but this was like... This was like a ramp where you need a skateboard or like a fucking ninja course. Where like I was there, I almost died. Here, I can't even fucking reach anything. I can barely like touch this, you know, in terms of interactions. What the fuck are we talking about? I can't even like pinpoint like straight because it's already straight into hell basically. Okay, cool. Thumbs up on that one. No, not the slope that I was hoping for, you know, it's like steady increase of something. Anyways, let's just do the fucking thing. Yeah, I didn't thought it was gonna get worse. Like, oh, it's also easy in the, you know, heroic mode. Oh no, it's not easy anymore because the final boss is now like gonna cut your balls off for free. No, that doesn't make it difficult. That just makes it awkward, you know? Like, oh, I guess I just delivered my balls to someone. So, past this point, we're gonna be stealing every single cool card there is. Almost every single one. So, as long as they're cool, alright? So we unlock the crafting, we look at every single class card, all that shit, bro. Even spells, we're gonna consider that, because we can steal anything. If I don't steal 100 cards, I'll be very ashamed in myself, my friends. First card, Entanglement. This is a hero power, as you can see. I'm probably not changing the gem. Even though now the rarity might actually be pretty low. But this is still a complicated card. Because it uses this part of like lower or equal health of 2. Alright, so if the creature has 2 or 1 health, can't have 0, it's gonna be frozen basically. Or shackled or entangled, as the card suggests. Now, wow, it took me this long. Then I have to reconnect. That's the original effect, but like, these things don't really look like they're gonna turn into trees. Necessarily. They're also like zombies, like seemingly weak creatures in terms of health. So I'm like, okay, that's what we're gonna do, just tangle them. Because I'm also not allowing massive vorklers like that to take place. Now there can be types. I have these little gems. I can like draw them out, give them a color. That would be a type, right? And maybe I need to use 2 of them. I don't know. For multiple types, I mean, of course. Just like Hearthstone has. But for now, I'll just gonna not worry about it. Potentially, hero powers don't even need that shit. But again, we'll see. Isn't that awesome, am I right? That was quick. And to the point. You could have waited until I stole all the stuff, but nah, bro. Is this actually a good glitch? Because I don't know, man. But you're telling me there's no Avenge Arts. This is like the fucking oldest card ever. So annoying. I really wanted that. Yeah, it really did something wrong if Pinterest has it, but the wiki doesn't have it. This doesn't make much sense, this art, because you're attacking like dead creatures, but I guess you're hoping that the person that you're avenging is not gonna get attacked by a bunch of undead. I don't know. I really don't understand the arts. Yeah, boys, I revisited Jack's Films drama for the last time. Made this little posty post. But, you know, there's people don't like anything I do, it seems. And it's like, well, I have to fight for it. I'm accustomed to fight for what I believe in. And that nobody else believes in that shit anyways. Especially if I want to be the biggest and the greatest. And the person that, you know, like, if you really want to help humanity, you have to invest into the smart people. Not give to the poor, not give to the, not praise the rich for, please rich people, can you please help us, you know? No, we need the smart people who want to actually help. That's it, it's just the easiest thing. But people get blindfolded. But the same goes here, like, you have to fight for what you believe in because nobody fucking cares. Until you force them to care and they break them. And they move on in their lives. But they're seeded, you know. They will never forget that interaction that they obviously lost. Despite how hard they tried. Despite how many dislike buttons they have clicked. It's like, I'm not gonna stop. You lost. Like, the goal is to stop me. To stop making me believe that you're the enemy, basically, and I have to fight, continue my fight. But, you know, people are in fact pathetic, often enough, but at least it's satisfying to break them and change their minds. And so we deploy Avenger, boys. By using one corpse, we give retaliation and +2 attack. Yeah, the first thing to do is to collect receipts and to not forget the damage that other people are trying to cause to you while they're being anonymous, you know, while they're being fucking little bitches, children, and all that shit. That, you know, only gonna follow the richest person anyways. The biggest and the richest, the ratio. Ratio only works for little children, bro, who don't know what to do. Okay, maybe I won't be able to steal 100 cards, but I'll be stealing that shit the entire day. Especially when I don't simplify the cards. I don't copy and paste exactly as it is, because that would be stupid. I wanna, you know... I sort of copy and pasted this effect, Death Rattle, to give a friendly minion, but not any friendly minion, a higher, more scarier minion that also make this guy scary and returns the attacker to the hands. Wow. Oh, look at that. That's a pretty good screenshot. That's very easy, bro. That's my search. And, the answer is we have a new game director. Simple, dude. You wouldn't recognize, but this is a white collar, because like it looks so stupid. It looks like the hand is his head every single time I look at it. Now it looks fucking normal. So we fixed that. And the effect is seemingly simple, but this becomes a consumable that you can summon anything from your hand to attack with. It's pretty crazy. It's like a weapon charge. Interesting. Alright, I have to decide if I want to make weapons or not. Now it's just gonna be a hero power. But I have to, you know, set it up. So everyone knows that hero powers can be weapons too. It's that easy. I mean, it's just a simple death rattle. And attack is just like 4 damage. And you don't actually take damage. But you do have to waste mana while attacking. That's the downside of attacking. You waste mana. And durability of the weapon, of course. Yeah, from now on, not only... yeah, I'll just simply not gonna show what the target is. Because the usual target of this damage is always gonna be the enemy. Right? Sometimes I will target friends, but like, geez, or anything, or everything. But it's kind of obvious. And also, it just kind of aligns with the weapon. The weapon cannot damage itself, so... I mean... Now, this requires a blood sacrifice. Isn't that great? That's the replacement for Death Rattle. I didn't thought about the credit system of how I'm gonna give credit to all these games that inspired Megabug. I guess Hearthstone gets 10%. Elder Scrolls Legends get like 5%. If something else shows up, they're gonna get the rest. Like, you know, Runeverse can get 1%, but it's just like a direct connection that way. Okay, I guess Hearthstone is gonna get 15%, and then 5% Legends still. Does that seal the deal? Yep, that was it. That's what broke it. So Hearthstone has hit 60,000. You know, you gotta give inspiration some credit. That's my credit system, boys. Okay, there is gonna be a poisonous. And what poisonous does is returns to the hands. So I can also like draw the snake. Yeah. It's kind of weird. I wish this looked nicer. I'm bringing back the plus sign. This means you need 9 mana. Or more. This means you have to have no shields. But before you summon the minion, you can just manually break the shields. Or as you summon the minion. In order to fulfill the requirements. So it's always possible to summon the minion. It's kind of fascinating, bro. But it's a really expensive one. To be without shields is like fucking madness. For too long I had to do the big bubble to represent enemies. Now if I don't target anything, might as well use this. Opponent shields. Opponent gets a shield, basically. Easy. Not you, bro. Opponent. Yeah, all of this is just for learning purposes, because in order to break down the nonsense that's going on in the world, like, you have to just learn by brute force. By failures. It's just like, it's impossible now. There's too much stuff going on anyways. You would be too slow if you cared, you know, if you care about some details. It's more like worrying. You kind of cut that off, right? So I'm like, now this is a... There's a lot of learning experience behind this, so I'm not gonna break it down, but yeah. It's just one more of those things that you don't learn in school, so you wouldn't fucking know. Okay, I added the empty hand rune, and I think I might need to rework Reno. Yeah, I really do. There's gonna be a big change to Reno. Because it looks so weird and ugly and stupid. Is this like segs backwards? Yep, it is. It's segs backwards, because this is literally S. If you know elements. Wow, this is fucked up. What have I done? And these are discounts as well. Oh boy. This guy can be discounted by 8 mana. Or you can just bleed it 12. If you have 12 mana, bro. Easy. I can actually spell out Reno, basically. As long as X is any letter, that's so weird. If I just flip these. Because 12 is like R, right? Pretty much. That's how I used it. Man, there's some fascinating shit. I'm writing names with mana cost. This is so interesting. Next, Rama's had a lot of death rattles that are not beneficial to you at all. Death Lore, Dancing Swords, Zombie Chow. I kind of want all of them, dude. Oh my god. The torture that I'm gonna be putting in the backgrounds. Listen to. Oh my god, bro. I mean, they made a card game of like, please don't make a card game like this. That type of card game. Just every single mistake imaginable has been made. Holy shit, man. But in the end, this is called an artifact, so it's not a real game. It's just an artifact, you know? By the way, I want to remind you guys, I thought this is how many runes I'm gonna have. Maybe this many. And then I just kept going. Until I multiply by 3. Because any rune can have any color as well. Well, that's weird. And I keep putting more attack modifiers and defense modifiers. This one would freeze the creature if they attack into it. Or the attacker. It's pretty simple. Normally when you're doing like this, you would put this up front, right? Do this 2 times. But when you actually read it, do this 2 times. You say the action and then say 2 times. It's very interesting. So it will be like confusing of like, where does this go? Does this go to this side or that side? But it goes that way. And I'll make it confusing on purpose because it's meaningful. I just realized I can't actually do that. Because this is different than this, which is so crazy. Meaning that this is not even gonna work. This means 2 times you gain 5 mana to summon 1 creature. This, you gain 5 mana to try and summon 2 creatures. But 5 mana in total. You kind of like open a portal, you have 5 mana, 2 creatures show up 1 by 1. Maybe one of them you cannot summon. Maybe the second one you cannot summon. But you have 5 mana. So you can actually change the way this thing works by shifting around. That's interesting. Besides, you can say it, you know, 2 times do this, right? Not just like this, do this 2 times. Like, it's literally the same thing. So interesting. I forgot to put this in. Shit. Did I do something?
Especially because there's three fucking boards, man.
Yeah. When you're making a complicated game or so complicated, either you have to make a tutorial or just kind of force people to play it. Force. Give different reasons to play the game. It's kind of interesting. So they could pick up the game anyways. And eventually you get used to it. So it's a very interesting problem to solve. As complicated as the language of my card game is, it simplifies things. When you look at the card, you kind of like quickly read it, like ridiculously quickly. I'm bumping Dancing Swords a little bit. The temporary card is what your opponent is going to draw, and you can spread damage. But the card is generally the same. Shade of Naxxramas was like the most ugliest card ever, bro. You can barely understand what the fuck. When there's no face, it's a really ugly card. You can already tell. It's probably even ugly in World of Warcraft, bro. Okay. I'm not sure if I want one of those. This is a really weird one. But this is like the death rattle that I need for Belcher. Because the creature doesn't die, it just transforms into a smaller garbage.
Very, very well. And that's what the purpose of a YouTuber really is, to a point. My job is to make sure as many eyeballs are on the chess world as possible. And if that is through a dramatic thumbnail and a dramatic title, that does not cross a certain line. I'm not just blatantly slandering or defaming anybody, and it's just catching your attention so you click it. I reveal the truth to you in the first minute or two.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool strategy. And again, this goes into strategy of like, you have to clickbait people into playing your game. Which is, for me, very difficult to do, unfortunately. Again, I need help or training. Training is longer, but it's gonna be permanent mark in my skill list. But hiring people and getting help would be so much nicer. So much nicer. And I just keep trying to find, like, nice people that don't fucking exist, apparently. I guess everyone's struggling, but it's like, what? There's only assholes and silent people, you know, dead ass. The dead ass. And, well, there's influencers who alive because they get so much fucking money, they don't even have to worry about shit. Wow, this is gonna be so reminiscent to the requested card from my friends. That also has ability to avoid lethal damage. This one is gonna resummon dead cards. This is gonna be a really fucking complicated one. I'm even like creating another effect of resurrecting things from the graveyard or summoning things from the graveyard. Here you can summon. Here you get a shield, basically. Here you get to summon something from your hand to attack with. Or just, you know, you get to choose. I guess you can summon things from the graveyard as well to attack with. Here you summon from your deck. Which is weird. It's weird. You probably should be able to just know. I mean, there should be just an icon that kind of couples together, but it's like I'm combining them instead. So it's more like this is summoning, this is summon just to attack the sum from the graveyard. It's weird. But it's gonna work for now. I keep like looking for like better solutions for things, which is so satisfying to just work on this stuff like that. Yeah, I'm gonna cap this at 15 mana. This is gonna be a really complicated card. Holy shit. It doesn't look like much, but let me fucking read it. I mean, you start looking into it like, what the fuck? What is that? At the end of turn, you have 15 mana. It doesn't specify mana anywhere, which is a little bit confusing. But you'll figure out after you get to this point. Which is like, what? Just to figure out that you're using 15 mana? What? Probably like this should go up front, like I used to do. Summoning with 15 mana, certain amount of times. So it's weird. This could go to the back then, but it kind of can't, because I would be multiplying this. Like, it's so weird. So you get 15 mana, 50 or something. All right, let's say you get 50 or something. And then you're going to be multiplying the following effect X amount of times, X being the amount of times your creatures have died. So normally you would just summon one minion from your graveyard. But again, everything is capped at 15 mana. It's weird. It's so weird. It's the craziest, twisted thing I've ever created. I can't even explain it. And it's almost like doomed to be upgraded at some point, but it's so funny to me. But I was kind of able to recreate Kel'Thuzad. Anytime a minion dies, and not only recreate Kel'Thuzad, but nerf it instantly. And buff it at the same time, because it doesn't die from one attack. That's kind of sweet. Not even from 2 attacks, like normally you wouldn't have 7 attack. That's pretty good. I replaced his name with Headache. Instead of headache, you have Z. And it's like, what? And if you spell it backwards, is Zod is right here, dude. Zod. Maybe H Zod. Zadig, bro. Oh, Zadig. Zadig, bro. Oh, can I even improve from that? I don't know, man. Zadig, bro. But that would be no. The stupidest name, bro. This is the stupidest card, and it's so good. Isn't it weird that the egg never actually hatches? I think that's pretty weird. I'm just like exploring a completely new territory in card games. So this could, you know, evolve a little bit. But for now it looks like this. You know, there's always a starting point. Anyways. Let's do Nerubian. Nerubian is also like very weird to do. I thought it's gonna be a little bit cooler. But it turns out it's gonna be a series of grand thefts. We just stole a few cards, bro. Just a few. For an entire hour. An entire day as well. But this is so much fun. Yeah, you stretch the limits of your card game by seeing if you can actually print certain cards or not. From other card games. Which is actually pretty difficult for me. Yeah, this actually created another problem that I just have to find alternative solution. So, I think this should be good. This tells that there's a death rattle of like some kind of transformation. Something that still allows this creature to live. Is different than dodging lethal damage, basically. But kind of very similar. So it deserves its own little tag. And I sort of get to decide, like, maybe I can even like do a coin flip if the rip is gonna get removed or not. If this thing gonna get removed. Now I have to remove it. Yeah, basically this says that it's immortal until the effect resolves. Or it loses immortality through the effects instead. It's kind of weird. Yeah, this literally means immortality, bro. It's crazy. And it can be broken instead of this. Yeah, some creatures gonna be immortal, bro. For once. But this is gonna lose immortality if it transforms or dies. Then it hatches, basically. You lose immortality when you die, bro. It's weird. It's really fucking weird. To call it immortality. Because that's not exactly what's going on. It has to just die twice. I guess I would call this reborn. I'm not sure how I would call this, but this is dodging lethal damage is very different than reborn. Reborn into something different. Okay. And there's one more card I want to make now that we crossed over 1 hour. Yeah, funny enough, this allows me to create like honorable kill moment. Where you have to deal exact damage or do some special things to actually get rid of this monster. If you do it the wrong way, it's gonna come back to life again. Or even do something even worse. I don't know. It's like all of a sudden Hearthstone turned into a puzzle game where I have to find the best solution. I have to steal the card. I say steal, but it's recreates. And there's one more thing. Card number 60. That's interesting. Yeah, it's sort of immortality because it's like, it's not gonna die in this form. It's being protected by the egg. It's gonna hatch automatically. It's weird. Because I have to have both. This doesn't like fit in Belcher simply because Belcher already has taunt. It already has one of these. I don't want to have two. I can have two. I don't want to though. This kind of works. I mean, it does very much the same thing. It tries to die, but nah. It's so weird though. That I have to do kind of the same thing in two different ways. Well, there's another way to do it, which is really weird, but probably better than whatever this shit is. Unfortunately. I can do this, but I can also combine this, kind of, in a very weird way. There's some events that can be, like, forced. Even event of attack, sort of, but, like, event of sacrifice can be forced. Very interesting stuff. So like if I do this, the egg must hatch in like 2 turns, 2 cycles, which generate 4 coins. And I could force the death event that looks more like this because it doesn't really die, it transforms into something else or does something else. I mean, it has to transform most of the time. But it basically denies death once. So weird. This is the craziest puzzle, man. But now that once you solve it, you need to solve it more times. Like, if I can force this event, I want to force something else as well. So potentially this is the end game, right? We found the coolest puzzle ever that just kind of broke my brain. Now we just need to make a card out of it. But maybe I don't even need that. I just like saying that there's multiple entry points that you can have. 2 arrows for the first time that turn into that set to 4/4 effect. Making this like a force. Eventually this is also pretty good. So crazy. This is the stupidest puzzle ever. Fucking Nerubian egg, bro. Broke my brain. Okay, this doesn't have to say immortality, I have decided. But this says, you know, oh, immortality has been broken? Yeah, it could resurrect over and over again. Or it could break its immortality once. Or transform. This is kind of more like a transformation, right? It's so weird. If this does it, though... yeah, it kind of just bounces the... or negates the effect of RIP, right? One time. By breaking immortality means that it's still alive even after dying. It just broke immortality. This would mean that the immortality doesn't even break. It just resurrects. It just continues on. This is so weird, man. But the most important part is to not have that. Is to translate this into more of an effect than an event. Because there's no such event, right? Like, RIP is an event that like has to be respected. It's so weird. I think we got it though. I think we got the idea now. Ah, yeah, so when this dies, it only breaks immortality. It doesn't actually die. And then it can die. Oh, it's so crazy. And I don't really have to have the effect here. Even though it's, I mean, yeah, I just don't have it. Because it's like, it's irrelevant until it actually dies. And then you realize, oh, oops. It had a second life this whole time. That's my favorite job, basically. Finding clarity in the most stupidest situations. Still want clarity, though. And I get that by force. Here we go. That's the finale. But I need the final card. The Heart of the Stone, bro. We're gonna have to steal that as well. The logo of Hearthstone. Similarly, I could do Kel'Thuzad, and I was thinking about it, of like... turn creatures into consumables, and sort of remind their immortality as long as Kel'Thuzad... I mean, Kel'Thuzad is alive, right? You can use the consumables through his effect. It's so weird to try and explain that. But basically just like the creeper stash turns things into consumables. I could just resurrect them basically. And if I just use this, it would remind the consumable that it's immortal. And it's like, it would still come back to life from anywhere. Anywhere, bro. It's so interesting. Such an interesting icon. I can just turn this into snake. Without the drop of the blood or whatever. Something like this. Or the other way around. It's kind of fancy. Poisonous voice. Alright, so we're gonna use the same principle of like immortality principle basically. But what will it take to break immortality? I feel like I still have to have the immortality thing. Funny enough. Because it simply means that it just can't actually die from dying. Ugh. How do I even... Wait, did I just invented a fucking present, bro? It's annoying, man. Well, Tavern does represent more of a, like a cold, harsh environment. That's when you would go there. It's kind of an interesting mix. Basically, this will protect you for the most part until your opponent performs a finale and has an empty hand. Which is sort of like super easy to do, right? No, nuh-uh. Not easy at all. It's very complicated, especially after you have the condition, you still have to break through the hearts. And this is just a card. Now, you also have the condition of having 6 cards in your hands. This is very interesting. I wonder how it's gonna work. Anyways, we have stolen so much shit. It's time to end this. Oh my god. That was so interesting. See you guys next time. And happy 60,000. It barely like got above 60,000, like 130 points. I'll be more careful next time. Yeah, this is not always gonna be the case. And most of the time I don't actually need to use this. Because modifiers are pretty big indicators of how the card works. I don't know. I don't want to have multiple of them for the Belcher, as I've said. But yeah, this works. This was the most twisted, weird puzzle ever. Alright, bye.